is the International Day for the Specially Abled, and we've got a special report for you where we tell you about ADAPT. Formerly known as the Spastics Society of India, is now pushing in for more inclusion in the workplace and celebrated the day with a panel discussion and recognizing the efforts of those who have played a role in the journey so far. Take a look.
On the International Day of the Disabled, the focus is once again on inclusion and perhaps taking it forward in terms of employment. Joining me now, firstly, Malini, you've just been honored today, but fact is that still workplaces need to be more accessible, more inclusive.
Yeah, every workplace needs to have a toilet.
Every place has to have a toilet which is accessible.
At the moment, they won't put in
There are very few places with ramps and toilets which are accessible.
Ma'am, to you then, the fact is that employment is one of the areas that you'll be focusing on now, but there's a long way to go, and how does one take this forward? Because there still seems to be that, like you were saying, the old notions of looking at someone in a wheelchair differently.
But actually I'm quite happy with, I can never say I'm happy, but I'm quite pleased with all the progress that has happened around the country. Of course, in employment there's a big gap, but the fact that we might have a ministry for the disabled in Maharashtra is very progressive, and it's something I'm looking forward to.
Kalki, you've done that film that's won so many accolades, but clearly beyond, perhaps the messaging, I think where we are falling back is perhaps implementation of that message.
Implementation in what sense?
Implementation of inclusion, the message of inclusion.
Yeah, I think that mentalities have to change more than just infrastructure. Of course, we're talking about basic infrastructure right now. Many places are not accessible, don't have a ramp or a bathroom for disabled people. But I think more than that, it's really about getting people's minds to change. And that can only start from, I think, childhood.
I think before we make the physical infrastructure inclusive, the mindsets of the business leaders, the mindsets of the management professionals, the human resources department needs to have inclusive mindsets. I think there is still, we take a lot of risk in business, right? The first aspect of doing business is that one needs to take risk. But so far as employing people with disabilities is concerned in India, we have a long way to go.